guys, thanks so much for joining me. I'm excited to be with y'all tonight. And I just have to say, how awesome is this business? I mean, I'm in my pajamas, literally in my bed, and yep, there's my sleeping baby right there. And I just can't say, y'all, we have such a treasure with this business to be able to literally do it wherever we want, whenever we want. So just don't take that for granted. Literally, I put her to sleep tonight, turn the light back on, and I'm coming in here to train you guys a little bit. Okay, I'm going to wait just a second. I think people are still kind of joining. Hanging tight. We got lots of people joining us. Let me let you look at my sleeping baby one more time. Okay. All right, so the one thing that I really appreciated, there was a bunch of us at dinner one night talking about oh my gosh, what's the new product going to be? And several of us had really thought about lashes and were guessing that lashes were kind of the thing. But the one thing I kept saying is I just don't know if the doctors will shy away from skincare, from genuine skincare. And I was a little bit nervous that maybe they were going to shy away from just general skincare. And I was so impressed, y'all, when we had the launch. The way that they launched the product that morning took away all my fears of kind of what I had been thinking about as far as them getting away from skincare. So, they had these super cool videos, which hopefully we'll be able to post for y'all and show y'all that weren't at live convention. But the videos started with, or I guess the person that was presenting it, the doctors, they started with talking about your eyes are your first point of engagement with others. They're the first thing when you make eye contact that people are going to notice on your face. And our eyes tell our story. And so just kind of using that as your opening when you're discussing Lash Boost or when you're talking about our new product, whether it's on Facebook or in a text or anything, I thought that was such a great leading line to start with of our eyes are our very first point of engagement with others. And our eyes tell our story. So I say that because I was so impressed with that's the way that they led their opening as far as kind of going into launching the product. Okay, so I'm definitely a science nerd, and I really love to understand how things work, and I really kind of want to address a lot of things that y'all are probably thinking as far as how does this compare to other things on the market. And because those are all the things I had to know immediately. Literally sitting in the session learning, I was Googling the ingredients of other products and trying to figure out how we kind of added up to those. So I may repeat some of the things that Becky said, but I want you to kind of hear them again. And so the first thing that she said that they really focused on is that this is multi-med therapy again. So just like our regimens are multi-med therapy, and how they build one step, builds on the next step, that builds on the next step, and gets your skin or your lashes prepared for each step, prepares for the next product, okay? Same thing with this. Lash Boost has 3 main ingredients. Maybe I'm going to say 4, okay? But it does 3 main things. So when you hear us say, or when you all say, I want y'all to start using multi-med therapy, it moisturizes, it protects, and it nourishes. So it's going to provide moisture, it's going to protect from breakage and damage, and it's going to provide nutrition, okay? So the way that it does those things is the first ingredient they talked about is called panthenol, and I'll put this on the page so that y'all don't have to write this down or remember, but panthenol sodium hyaluronate. You may not hear about this. I love this stuff. So if you want to know, great. But otherwise, you need to know that moisturizes, okay? Panthenol sodium hyaluronate. Basically, that is used in treating knee joint pain. Literally, it's like a fluid inside of our knee. It is in the back of your eye as well, your vitreous humor. But it is, the thing you need to know about it is super moisturizing. Okay, the next 2 things, so panthenol sodium hyaluronate, super moisturizing. The next 2 things, biotin and keratin. Okay, you hear those all the time. Keratin blowout treatment makes your hair super smooth and healthy. Biotin comes from the vitamin B complex, and when we are deficient in biotin, we see things like thin, flaky skin, thin, brittle nails, dry, brittle hair that breaks off. So to boost in biotin is going to correct all of those things. Along with that is keratin. And keratin is a lot of what kind of forms our barrier of our skin. But when we boost it, it's a protein that actually boosts the structure. So if you take like individual pieces of hair and you coat it in keratin, it makes that individual piece of hair thicker, fuller, and healthier. Okay, so that's what the keratin is doing to your lashes as well. So those two things, the biotin and keratin, that's the protect part. The last part is that it has 3 peptides, okay? And I looked up and read all about what peptides do. Basically, peptides are very short chains of amino acids. And what are those? I mean, like, this is like a foreign language. But amino acids are the building block of our skin. And just like your skin is a living thing, you know, that constantly turns over, our lashes, hair, same thing. Okay, so that's the part that provides nutrition. So the 3 peptides provide nutrition. So the things that you need to know what this Lash Boost does, again, moisturizes, protects, and nourishes. Okay, that's our multi-med therapy with it. So if you're interested in studies and stuff, which is some stuff that I love, is they had the one major studies that they did had 500 people, okay? And in this 500 people study, 63% saw improvement in darker color. Now, does Lash Boost actually darken your lashes? Probably not, but it makes your hair so much healthier and moisturized that it actually looks darker, okay? 85% reported longer lashes. And then 90% experienced fuller lashes. Same thing. Picture your individual piece of hair. If it has loads of lotion on it, that piece of hair is going to look fuller, okay? Now, most of the users saw results between week 2 and 3. Started seeing impressive results. The best results were really seen at week 8. So again, like our products, you really need to try things for about 2 months to see your best results. Becky went over how to use, and we all had to say it together in our session: dip, wipe, and apply. Dip, wipe, and apply. Less is more. You do not apply it to your lower lashes, okay? There was a ton of people asking that in my session. When you apply it to the top lash, as you blink, it will transfer to the lower lash. And so there's no need to actually apply it to the lower lash. A couple other things as far as safety. Like she said, there were 6 ophthalmologists. So we actually had 6 safety studies that were performed and 6 different ophthalmologists that read over and approved our safety. It's gentle and safe and effective. Those are words that you can use. It's okay to feel a slight tingling, and tell your people if you feel a slight tingling or any kind of redness, discontinue for a night and restart. And with continued use, that should get better. It almost felt like a maybe like a menthol, or just maybe it just feels cold because it's wet and the air is drying it, but it does not burn. I did not experience that anyways. Yes, Sheila, 1 container is supposed to be an 8 to 10 week supply. And the way that they said you would know when you've run out is when you have dipped your brush and pulled it back out. Once the brush starts being dry is when you're ready for a fresh tube. Okay. All right, so let's talk about our competition. Whenever you are asked about competition, or if you're going to post anything about competition on Facebook, you never want to use our competitor's name, okay? So since this is private, I can tell you, we're not going to say we're better than Latisse, or we are different than Latisse, but do not use the competitor's names, okay? But if you're like me, you want to know what Latisse is and how are we different from Latisse, okay? So most of the products like Latisse are prescription, and they are prescription glaucoma medications. How they actually work is super complicated and probably nobody cares, but I was really intrigued about all that. So anyways, these glaucoma medications is what they're typically applying on with multiple brushes. So they have like a brush and they have to squeeze out a drop and apply. So what you can do when you talk about our product and how it's different also is sort of highlight our strong points, highlight what things that we are good about. So you can say things like, we do not run the risk of darkening the eye. So with Latisse or other similar prescription products, they actually run the risk of darkening the eye, the color of your eye. And if you're like me, y'all probably can't even tell, but I have super light green eyes. I don't want anything to darken my eye color, okay? So don't say Latisse darkens your eyes and we don't, but you can say we have no risk of darkening your eye color. We have a single application brush, some things that may be more appealing to others than our competition. That's basically all I want to say about that, is just speak to our highlights of our safety and our effectiveness, okay? Here's a question coming through. Is the best results are at 8 weeks, but do they need to continue the use? Yes. So it's just going to be like a keratin treatment with your hair. Like if you discontinue, you may have continued results for a few weeks because that moisture and that thickening is going to still look there, but then eventually they're going to return brittle and whatever and start breaking off and falling out again. Overall, what I took away from all of my research and from listening at convention is we cannot claim that this grows new lashes. It does not cause new growth. It does not cause darkening or lengthening. What I have gathered, and this may just be for your information, but what I have gathered is that what it is doing essentially is protecting your eyelashes from breakage and damage so that they last longer. So if you typically, I should have looked this up, I have no idea, but let's just say a typical eyelash lasts 20 days, okay? So as that one falls out, you're going to have a new one come in. Well, this stuff basically puts it at its tip-top condition, moisturized, full, healthy, so that they last longer. So if you have eyelashes that are lasting longer, while fresh ones are coming in, you're going to have fuller, longer, darker looking lashes, okay? Becky went through what we can and can't say. I'll post a picture of that to Becky's team page so we have an idea. The key for you all to know is that your language needs to have the word looking or appearing in it, okay? Longer appearing, longer looking, darker looking, fuller looking, fuller appearing lashes, okay? A few things to know is that there is supposed to, I have not looked for it, I will look for it and post the link, but there's supposed to be a new Nurse Mary video on how to apply. You can probably find that on YouTube. I did not see it in the Biz Development Library yet, but hopefully that will be on YouTube soon. I'll check and look for it. And the one thing that I just want to say again is get your own results. So go ahead and put, get your makeup off, get in good lighting, and get some really great, we did this at convention, stood in front of a window and got some really great pictures of your lashes today so that, like Becky said, you can compare in 4 weeks and 10 weeks. And I even saw some girls taking the tube and like putting it at their nose and putting their eyes down so you could kind of see the product advertisement, I guess, with your picture. All right, that's all I got. I hope I didn't talk too fast, and hopefully some of that was helpful. And some other things, the Lash Bash that she said, a bunch of us have gotten on Amazon and found a really cute t-shirt. I mean, it's actually really gaudy, but it has like huge eyelashes in the front with a big lipstick kiss, and we just think those t-shirts will be like awesome conversation starters or great to wear to events in a group or whatever. Okay, I'm going to sign off. Y'all shout at me if there's something that I missed or questions you have, and I will post pictures to the team page about our can and can't say language and anything else that I felt was pertinent. All right. Y'all have fun with this. It's a super awesome product. I'm really pumped about it. Good night.